Journalists, politicians, and celebrities gathered Saturday for the annual White House Correspondents Dinner, a night for President Barack Obama to engage in self-mockery and poke fun at some of his harshest critics. U.S. President Barack Obama took light-hearted aim Saturday night at a range of political friends and foes, including the people running to succeed him. "It's amazing how time flies," Obama told those attending the annual dinner of the White House Correspondents Association Saturday night. "Soon, the first presidential contest will take place, and I for one cannot wait to see who the Koch brothers pick. It's exciting." Obama added, Marco Rubio, Rand Paul, Ted Cruz, Jeb Bush, Scott Walker, who will finally get that red rose. A reference to the television reality dating show. Obama's comedy routine also included a sly dig at Hillary Clinton, the current front-runner to be the Democratic candidate in the 2016 presidential election. Jab at Clinton. Noting that some Americans are living in a time of uncertainty, Obama said, "For example, I have one friend just a few weeks ago, she was making millions of dollars a year and she's now living out of a van in Iowa." After announcing her candidacy earlier this month, Clinton, who is a former Secretary of State, former Senator, and former First Lady, is one of America's best-known figures, traveled by van to the state that holds an early contest in the election primary season. The dinner also gave the president an opportunity to rib some of his loudest critics. "Just this week Michelle Bachmann actually predicted that I would bring about the biblical end of days. Now, that's a legacy," he said. "That's big. I mean, Lincoln, Washington, they didn't do that." Obama, now in office for 6 years, is a polished performer at an event, which become a celebrity magnet, this year drawing some big names from television, sports, and movies to rub shoulders with members of Congress and to hear the president speak. It's held in the cavernous ballroom at the Washington Hilton. The comedian at the dinner, Cecily Strong of NBC show Saturday Night Live, got big laughs on some tough topics. For example, she took aim at the Secret Service that protects the president and has a series of recent bungles. She said, "They're the only law enforcement agency that will get in trouble if a black man gets shot," making reference to several cases of black men in the U.S. who have died at the hands of law enforcement officials. Strong also made reference to the president's graying hair. "Your hair is so white now, it can talk back to police." Taking a jab at some media coverage of women politicians, she had the audience repeat after her, "I solemnly swear not to talk about Clinton's appearance, because that is not journalism." On a serious note, Obama noted there were journalists around the world who were unjustly imprisoned, and cited the case of Jason Rezaian of the Washington Post, an American Iranian who is in prison in Iran. For 9 months, Jason has been imprisoned in Tehran for nothing more than writing about the hopes and the fears of the Iranian people, Obama said, adding that he had told Rezaian's brother Ali that he would not rest until we bring him home to his family safe and sound. The case represents a point of friction with Iran at a time when the Obama administration is seeking with 5 other major powers to conclude a nuclear deal with Tehran after reaching a framework agreement earlier this month. History of dinner. The dinner, a long-running tradition organized by the White House Correspondents Association, has morphed from being a relatively low-key gathering of journalists and their sources from around town. But the dinner, actually a weekend of events, also draws an annual chorus of condemnation from critics who say that laughing and partying with sources is not conducive to hard-hitting journalism. It is also an event that helps fund scholarships and awards that recognize journalists. Past targets of Obama at the White House Correspondents' Dinner have included billionaire entrepreneur Donald Trump, current Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, and the current Speaker of the House of Representatives, John Boehner.